Yeah, what's going on? Now, I don't know if you guys remember this female here. Her name is Cyntoia Brown. She's the female down there in Tennessee, I think it is. She has a very, very tragic story. But she's a female that Kim Kardashian and Rihanna and a few other celebrities, they were lobbying to get her free from prison. Well, let me read something here. Teen girl forced into prostitution must spend 51 years in prison for murder conviction, court says. Okay, let me read it here before I give my take. A 30-year-old Tennessee woman who has controversially been imprisoned since she was a teenager for murdering a man who solicited her for sex must remain behind bars for at least 51 years, the state Supreme Court said this week. The decision issued Thursday is a blow to Cyntoia Brown's years-long efforts to overturn her sentence in the 2004 shooting of Johnny Mitchell Allen, a 43-year-old real estate agent. Brown has long maintained that she was forced to be an underage prostitute by a boyfriend who then took the money that she would make. She claimed that Allen picked her up in August 2004. She shot him in self-defense because she saw him reach for a gun while the two were in bed. The jury rejected her story, however, and prosecutors said she was motivated by her desire to rob Allen. She was tried and convicted as an adult. Brown, now 30, got these pop-ups here. Brown, now 30, argued that her lifelong imprisonment was unconstitutional under a 2012 U.S. Supreme Court ruling which found that juveniles could not receive mandatory life sentences without parole. The appeal was rejected, and Brown subsequently contended her punishment was cruel and unusual under the same 2012 ruling. This second appeal remains under the consideration of the Federal Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals, which, characterizing existing state law as unclear, asks the Tennessee Supreme Court to weigh in with its opinion on whether Brown could be paroled for her murder conviction. The state Supreme unanimously agreed that under Tennessee law, Brown can only become eligible for early release after serving at least 51 years of her sentence when she will be 69. Wow. Now, I first heard about this girl here. I think it was I think I was in Florida at the time. I think this was sometime around 2011, around that time. It was either on Snapped or Solved ID or one of those murder mystery channels, those programs. 'Cause I like watching those. If I'm not watching sports, I'm watching Snapped or Solved ID or First 48. I like that type of stuff. And I had mixed feelings about her because what I remember of the story was that her mother, this girl didn't get any love growing up. Her mother was raped. I think her mother was on drugs, and what's going on here? I think her mother was on drugs or something like that, and Cyntoia was then adopted, or she went to a foster home or something like that. She had a rough childhood, and she met this guy. It's a black guy. I forget his name, and he used her, like he used to pimp her out, and he would have sex with her too, and like beat her and abuse her verbally and physically. So she went through a lot of stuff, you know. But then she came off to me a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like she seemed very cold to me, if that's the right word. Like she didn't seem remorseful. Like when she was telling her story, like she would look you straight in the eyes and just say it like it was nothing. You know, she didn't seem remorseful. She didn't seem as if she was sorry for anything, you know, but I wasn't there, so I'm not judging her. But then I remember the documentary I was watching at the time, just like the article said, they were painting a picture of her planning to rob the guy that she killed, right? But then she gave her story in court that she thought the guy was going to kill her because the guy had a lot of guns and he like tried to touch her pussy or something like that. They were in bed and he turned over. She thought he was going for a gun, so there was a gun next to her and she grabbed the gun and shot him or something like that. But she shot him. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. But I mean, if she's well behaved, you know, she's not giving trouble in prison, I think they should release her, you know, or even give her another 5 years or maybe another 10. She's 30 now. Let her come out at 40 then, or 35. You know, that's if she's behaving herself. But if they do believe and they have solid proof, solid evidence that she murdered this man in cold blood, then she should stay there. Then she should. But I kind of feel sorry for her, I'm not gonna lie. But my thing is, just like they have all these celebrities lobbying to get this female out, there are many, 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 many men in prison right now serving sentences for crimes they did not commit. And I would like to see the same effort, the same push for these guys, because as a society we tend to coddle women, we tend to feel sorry for them, just like I'm kind of feeling sorry for her, but I'm being level-headed, you know. That's why I said if she is well behaved, then I think it's just right that they reduce her sentence and let her out. But if she's like an animal in there, if she's misbehaving and, you know, that type of stuff, or if they find that she really committed this crime and she was robbing the guy and she shot him in cold blood, then she should serve her sentence. But this girl, she went through a really, really rough life. She had a rough life, and there are many, many females out here who go through that. You know, so sometimes when you have like people trying to help other females, I get it sometimes, because some of them do have a hard time, because there are many guys out here who are assholes, okay? But then the thing is that a lot of these females choose to mess with these guys. They choose to. Even though some of these females had no guidance, but a lot of them, they have guidance and they still choose these messed up guys. So in a way, I kind of feel sorry for some of these females, because some of these guys, like I said, they're assholes. But a lot of these females go through rough times. They go through abuse, mental, physical, you know, verbal abuse. I mean, a lot of them suffer a lot. And then they're put into positions to do things, because women are easily conquered and easily manipulated. They're easily controlled, because women look to men for leadership and protection. And a lot of these guys, they take advantage of these females. And it could just so happen that this female here was not complicit in a robbery attempt, but maybe she was just manipulated and found herself in a situation where she had to, fight for her life. And she really shot him in self-defense. It could be. I don't know. Because I know a lot of females are reckless, but I can't say all of them. Because we do have guys out here who prey on young females and use them. It happens. I have to be fair. This is a man's channel, but I have to be fair. I have to be fair. Which is why with this situation here, I kind of feel sorry for her, but I'd like to hear more about the evidence and stuff like that, because if she's remorseful and she's sorry for what she did and she's well behaved, give her another chance at life, give her another chance. But I'd like to say this, for you females who are watching my channel, if you have daughters, keep an eye on them, tell them you love them, and try to guide them as best as you can. Be a role model. Stop fucking with these no good ass dudes. Stop letting some of these guys come around your daughters. Know where they are. You're not going to know where they are all the time, but make an effort, because a lot of these females are out here smoking, drinking, partying with these guys, doing stupid shit. And they might end up like Miss Brown here that you're looking at. The system is real. I've never been to prison, but based on what I've seen and what I've heard, it doesn't seem like the place that anyone wants to be. So please, watch over your daughters. Screen the guys who they talk to their male friends. Screen them. Ask them questions. Just try your best. Please. Anyway, I'm out. That's it for me.